Welcome back, demigods. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Demigod Games. I'm your host, Wesley, and we're here to share some high-level Hearthstone gameplay and decks as we outwit our opponents on the standard ladder. So hit that subscribe button and stick around for some fun in the tavern. Welcome back, demigods, and welcome to the Emerald Dream. So the new expansion's just released, and 3 sets have rotated out. We've got a new monster on the ladder. And actually, there's a few monsters. I think this is the scariest one. We're going to take a look at this one today. It's Starship Armor Demon Hunter. And the way that this deck works is you're summoning the Arcanite Defense Crystal. And then, because that's a Death Rattle that costs 4 or less, you can resummon it with the Death Rattle of Ravenous Fell Hunter. And then you can resummon the Ravenous Fell Hunter with the Death Rattle of Ferocious Fell Bat, and you create this loop which gains you a ridiculous amount of armor. Then we have our Exeter, which launches our Starship, and we can either use it as a kill shot to deal upwards of 50-60 damage with the attack damage of our Starship, or if we're in a mirror match or something like that, we can gain a ridiculous amount of armor. I've had 285 armor so far is my record in this deck, and I've seen higher. Besides that, it's a pretty basic list. Like, we're just playing some control pieces to get us there, as well as a ton of card draw to make sure that we don't miss any of our pieces, because nothing's worse than when our 4-drop gets stuck in the bottom 10 cards of our deck and we can't find it. Besides that, we're going to jump into some gameplay and see how it goes. Okay, so getting ready for some Demon Hunter gameplay. We're going to jump out of the ladder here. We can see that we did make Legends. We actually made a Legend before the expansion. However, we've dropped quite a few ranks since the expansion dropped. We were originally 7,900 Legend when we entered. We lost right away down to about 9k or 8,800, and when I was playing around with priests, I dropped down to where we are now, like 9,700 Legends. So
for Doomhammer, this ends now.
That's okay, because we're done playing around. It's time to climb. Okay, so I'm playing against a Whizbang the Wonderful deck, which I haven't seen yet in Legend. Oh, this should be fun. Game sounds just a little loud. That should be a little better. Okay, so we're just gonna go for the Starship piece. I do want to draw, but because I don't have anything really to do on turn 3, we're just gonna save it. I actually haven't been using the deck tracker. I used to back in the day, so if you guys prefer a deck tracker on screen for the videos, let me know. Well, Murlocs do go fast. We do have our 4-drop though, so we're sitting pretty. So we have our 4, we have our 5, and that's pretty much it. As long as we curve from this point and don't get transformed by hexes, we'll be okay. Now it's just a little bit quiet. Just playing around with these sound settings here a little bit. That's how I get it right. I don't want it drowning out my voice, but I obviously want you guys to be able to hear the sound too. We just dropped the 5. So you can see our Starship starting to build up. It's already up to a 5-7, and we're going to get a whole lot bigger. Let's see, because these Morlocks, he should be going face and trying to outrace the amount of armor I can gain. But it looks like he's thinking about trading. So we're just going to draw.
I see.
And get rid of the Morlock generator. I'm trading with my face out of habit there, but to be honest, I should probably be trading with the minions against Warlocks, because they don't have a ton of removal, but they do have a ton of face damage. So there's his first quest done. And he gets a 3/3 elemental to taunt. Okay. We like the overload cards. Seeing our opponent go overloaded into their future turns is always nice. Needs less mana for them to spend. More chance for us to get ahead. We're definitely going to clear the board here. It's actually cleaner if I just draw.
Mana is too low.
And this deck just maintains value and control. Our Starship's already up to 11-15. The Starship deck is almost enough to summon it, you know what I mean? You're only spending 5 mana for 11-15, that's great. Not to mention when it dies, you're getting, what, 12 armor already? 3x? Oh. So now that we have 8, we're going to use a return policy. Trigger Fell Hunter. And I have 10 cards in hand, so I can't play Zay, or I would. I'm actually going to play the reduced 5. I'm really liking the expansion so far. This deck does feel broken, but it doesn't have a crazy win rate yet. It's not like it's 100%. I've lost lots of games with it, almost as many as I've won. So I'd say it's probably about 60% for me, maybe 65. Now, this is the opposite of the rogue deck that was showcased before the expansion. This does not play quickly, and games take a long time. We're just gonna trade here. I'm actually gonna play the new one over top so I can see what it is. Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of this so I have room in the hand. And I still can't afford to copy, so we're gonna draw. Just push as much damage face as possible. So we're not worried about life gain because, as I say, it's a near infinite loop. We're just going to keep cycling through it as our starship gets larger and larger. And at this point, we're actually lethal.
You win this
Good games. Okay, so we're going to see if we can get some Demon Hunter gameplay where we actually get to play out a game and gain this ridiculous armor stats that we've been warned about.
Illidan versus Hoxie. Hostile life form detect.
Death Knight's actually one of our hardest matchups right now, particularly because it's usually a Leech Death Knight, and that steals our life. It's not really worried about how much armor we gain. Although, we do have a lot of board wipes, so we have an okay time clearing the board of leeches, as long as we see them in time. The Leech deck is also pretty gross. That one, this deck, the Imbue Mage, and probably Bounce Rogue are the top of the meta right now, I would say. So we can actually cast this anytime. It's kind of nice to spend all our mana here.
job done.
That's what we wanted to hit.
Constant the cold.
And we've already got the rest of it, so we're sitting pretty. We just need to draw some board wipes at this point, so we know that we can get there. Because here comes the leeches. Now we do have our Wind Fury guys, so these leeches are no problem. We're just going to clear them. Okay, he's just going down to 9 cards so he doesn't burn one. This is cleaner. We like to play our turns out quickly when we've been planning them ahead like that. We can try not to rope our opponent if we don't have to. Plus, when we quick play like that, it often puts a bit of fear in them. They feel like they have to quick play in response. Perfect. That's a great burn for us.
My dread blades crave blood. My blood for the Lich King.
All these guys are out for blood. Makes sense, they have blood roots. My hand is not really clean right now. I'll do it this way. Usually I want the Fell Hunter to die, but in this case, getting 5 damage face is always good.
My dread blades crave blood. My blood for the Lich King.
Okay. This guy's keeping a full hand. What are we up to? 7. Not even close. So this will summon back the Fell Hunter, and then the Fell Hunter will summon back the Defense Crystal, and so on and so forth. Also, once we summon the Starship, it has a death rattle, so we can high roll with the Fellback and actually revive the Starship, and that gets insane because, as you can see, it's already got gain 4 armor, rush Wind Fury, and after it attacks, give my minions +1 attack. Those are all the pieces that we run. So this is ideal for us. He's going to spend all his corpses, and I still don't think he gets there. We're actually just going to kill him. That time we got to do it with a much smaller starship than normal. GG's. Popping into one more game to see if we can get to that point of crazy 200 armor. Goodness, we're in between a Blizzard developer and Diablo. I don't know who our worthy opponent is, but this Turin guy must be pretty hardcore.
This ends now.
This is priest. We actually might need to keep the clear. I'm just going to shuffle that back. Well, the reason I'm keeping the weapon here is that priest could be playing Zarimi, and if he hits his low-cost dragons, which he didn't, so oops,
A blunder.
missed out on
My petal and
1
sword.
damage there. I'm just going to play this one. I'm not going to do anything with it. Okay, so this is Imbue Priest, so we're fine. Now, Imbue Priest does have lots of removal, so that is the thing. And this is kind of the matchup where when I was testing Priest, I wanted to fight it because I wanted to see if I could get to the point where I'm getting the crazy value out of some of these cards, but so this doesn't feel great, but I don't want him to have life gain when he actually needs it.
Light cannot exist without the dark.
We have our Starship. I say we just go, or at least attempt to.
My petal and sword.
And if he's just running the pre-built list, then he definitely doesn't have any silence unless he finds it off hero power. He's already got 5 imbues on it, and it's only turn 6. That's crazy. So whatever he picked, just it costs 5 less. So he can pick something that costs 5 and play it for free right now. So we're definitely taking the swing. Is there anything else that I need to kill? If I play the weapon, I can outcast. I can also save that. So I'll just play this. So the thing to be scared of with Priest is the fact that they can double that Moonwell. And sometimes it can deal 8, which is pretty brutal. In this case, we're not too worried about them healing because, well, they're full health.
Vengeance is mine.
Again, I'm just going to kill the weak one. I'm going to take the draw.
I see.
Perfect. That's what we need. More board clears.
Follow the flutter-wing.
And more divine shield removal. Gosh. This reduced by 5 can get really scary. He can be picking 7 drops with 2 mana left. Doesn't look like he is, though. 5 or less. If he's casting it. And not using it. See if we can't get a second copy of the launcher. We can't. Charge. Always take charge. So this is where it gets scary, because you can just pick any spell in the history of Priest right now. Okay. And there goes the box. A dormant 8 or more. It's actually a really good one to pull off of the hero power. What do you pick? A Ceaseless Expanse. Gonna go 5 into this. Trigger it. And summon 2 more 5/3s. And then get face for 1. So we're up to 11-15. We're not that big compared to how late we're getting into the game. And as long as he doesn't miraculously kill me off of the spells that he's pulling, I think we're good. That helps a lot. Having an extra bob doesn't matter. Just gonna do this. Or sorry, having an extra sword doesn't matter. Having an extra bob is great.
Was this your card?
Their favorite bartender.
Guess not.
That was a quick snap.
Light cannot exist without the dark.
We have 9 cards in hand, so we can play one of these. Not a lot of help there. We're just going to summon one of these guys. We can afford to take 5 if we have to.
The path is clear for the worthy.
It's impossible to tell which one of the repackaged boxes this actually is. It could either be full or it could be half full.
My hand is full.
Okay. We're actually going to do this, which is a little odd, perhaps.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction. Vengeance is mine!
Hand is too full.
That's a good one to burn. Getting lucky on some of the burns lately. And some of our own burns too. We haven't been hitting our major cards. What do we got left? 7? Our Starship's up to 23. We can try to just launch it. We have to. Okay. It doesn't trade in the rush, which is interesting in itself. How would I like to go about this one? I think we trade here and here. Oops. That's on the win theory. I could have got 2 damage in on that, but it doesn't matter. Because my goal here
Time grows short.
to go 5-4.
Is too low. You shall not
And dragons cost 1 damage my hero takes. My turn is redirected to the enemy. It's got charge again, so we're gonna take. Okay. $37.51. So because of our charge minion, that's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, which is actually lethal. But I'll be honest, I don't want to end the game. We've only got 5 cards left in our deck, so it's just a matter of trying to draw the Exodus or the Exeter. And we still haven't drawn it. Okay, it should be here.
many cards left.
And then we can launch the Starship Brigade. 55.75. So that could be 150 armor, we could be 178 or 55 damage to the face in that case, is what we chose. And it's still going to go through the animation because I clicked it fast enough. And GG's. So, as you can see, guys, Demon Hunter is quite gross. It's at a point where you can kind of just toy with your opponents, right? So we got to a point where we had game in hand, and we decided not to take it so we could be a little more flashy about it with the 5675 Starship, right? So that's scary. I expect that this deck may see a nerf in the near future, although, like I say, it doesn't have a 100% win rate. So there's a chance that it doesn't get touched at all. I find that I lose to the Death Knight quite a bit, and I also lose to the Imbue Mage quite often. So those two decks are something to watch out for. Also, the Bounce Rogue can just go fast enough if it hits the combo on turn one and go in second. It can put a full board of 2 costs out there, and if you don't have a board clear, then they just go face and they end the game on turn three, turn four, and it gets pretty fast, pretty gross if they hit the nuts. But that's them actually spiking. This deck I find has low rolls too, so I'm not sure whether it'll get nerfed or not, but only time will tell. For now, we're going to use it to climb because it's relatively easy wins, although they do take a while to knock out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, join the demigods, and come on back for more in the future.